Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. I'm here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing and listening pleasure as we come together to ask questions. We come together to explore. We come together to share. We come together to unfold this journey that we call life. And it is just the most incredible journey if we open ourselves up to the fact that we have infinite possibilities available to us. And so today, I thought I would talk about the idea of what is true wisdom. Because so many people are walking around saying, I know the truth, I've got wisdom, I know this. Well, here's what I've come to understand. And realize that when I'm talking, I'm only talking about what my understanding is, what my experience brings me. And what I've come to understand and learn is that until you take this knowledge that you learn and you act upon it and you achieve a result, there is no wisdom. Wisdom only comes when we act upon that which we believe to be true. So many people will say, hey, I know how to become rich. I know how to become rich. Then you ask the question, are you rich? And the answer comes back, no, I'm not. Then you don't know how to become rich. You don't know because you haven't done it. It's like I've done the trek around Mount Kailash. So I've been as high as 18,500 feet above sea level. Done the trek, did it 4 days, okay? But then the question comes in, well, can you do Mount Everest? Well, the answer is, I don't know. Do you know why I don't know? Because I've never done it. How can you claim you can do something if you've never done it? A lot of people say, I know how to have a great relationship. Well, do you have a great relationship? Well, no, then you don't know. It's really interesting that so many times, for example, this is a great one. This is an absolutely great example. How many of you have been in college, like me, taken a course in building a business by a professor? And the question you ask is, have you ever built a business? And the answer would be no. Then is all the knowledge that he imparting, is it really just academic theory? Or is it practical, true wisdom? I would venture to say that most of the stuff you learn in college, not all, but most, is theory. And until you prove a theory, it's not real truth. It is not real truth. In college, were you not taught that supply and demand go together? And the price of goods depends on supply and demand, and the value of a company will be on the basis of what is the demand for the product and can they supply it, and at what level can they supply? You say, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. I said, then what's going on in the world today? Why are companies being valued the way they're valued? Why is Tesla valued more than the top 5 other auto companies in the world? Tesla's only selling 500,000 cars a year, not millions of cars like Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, Volkswagen, Honda, Toyota. Why are they valued so high? There's a disconnect here. There's a disconnect here. So what you were taught in college, it's not panning out. It's not the experience now. And so it's an interesting thing. And then they talk about if you take relationships, there's all this great advice on relationships. And then you got to ask the question, does the person giving the advice, do they have a great relationship? You know, not picking, but there was John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. John was in a lot of relationships. I don't know how many relationships he was in. Now, probably some wisdom in what he says, but here's the key thing. It's not good wisdom until you test it, until you prove it for yourself. See, that's the key. You have to prove the knowledge in order for it to become wisdom. Until you prove it, it's just someone talking. Isn't that what they talk about with your partner? If you have a partner or you're going to have a partner, do they believe what you say or do they believe what you do? It's in other words, are you constantly saying sorry for doing the same thing? Or do you realize, oh, I made a mistake here in light of how my partner views things. I will now act differently. What would your partner rather have? You saying sorry over and over again for making the same mistake? Or you not saying sorry and just changing and never having to be in that position again? That's the philosophy I use with my relationship with my wife. I really don't ever say I'm sorry. But if she says I did something that she felt was disrespectful or hurtful and that type of thing, I go within. I look at it. And then what I do is if I feel she's right, I just change. And so I actually become a different person. She would much rather have it that way. Because we witness all the time people in a relationship. The same problem keeps coming up over and over and over again. How do we fix this? How do we fix this? How do we fix this? It's simple. Change. Do what you know is right. This is what people don't get. Do what you know works. It's like I talk to people all the time about building a daily meditation practice. People say, well, I know the benefit of meditation. Are you doing it daily? Well, no. Then you don't know the benefit of meditation because you've not experienced it. How can you know something that you haven't experienced? Because a lot of times the benefit of something is indescribable. It cannot be put into words. We do the best we can, but most of the time, spiritual benefits like meditation or deep breathing or gratitude, it's hard to say what you're actually getting from it, but you know it. You feel it, but those feelings cannot be described. So what area of life do you believe you know the truth about something? Now ask yourself, am I demonstrating that? If not, and in most cases not, there's work to do, isn't there? It's taking action as if you were that person already. And guess what? If you're wrong and it proves doesn't work, now you know it's wrong. Now you know it's not true. Now you can immediately turn maybe to the opposite of what you did and try that and see if that proves right. You see, here's a key thing. You're not limited in the number of do-overs you have. That's right. In life, you have unlimited do-overs. So don't worry about making a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's a learning experience. And the more more learning experiences you have, the more you become a wise person. Did you hear that? The more experiences you have, the wiser you become. And then you can speak from experience. And experience, my friends, is the greatest teacher. So with that, my thought for today is complete. Knowing the truth is not only understanding it, it's acting upon it and seeing the result, the desired result that you set on. Test it, find out for yourself, because until you do, it's just information. Until next time, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, but I'm going to invite you, join me for meditation, 7 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. Go to agapespiritualcenter.com, click on the calendar, the Zoom link will be there. Would love to have you experience meditation with me and other like-minded people. But until we meet again, I want you to know that I love you and I accept you as you are, because that's all I can do. Until next time, aloha.